Prabhu. So that was Maharaj's previous name. Many acronyms on Bhagavad Gita Maharaj has given to all of us. In 2022, Maharaj accepted sannyas, and since then he is a global traveler, teaching in many universities, corporate firms, government organizations, and spiritual communities. All of us keep getting Maharaj's clippings, video recordings in our social media links. And now, right now, Maharaj is the leader in ISKCON to teach people how to use internet in Hari Sankirtan. He has co-founded in 2022 Think Gita, www.thinkgita.org, which is now the fastest growing online portal for learning about Bhagavad Gita and changing people's life. So we are so very happy, honored, grateful to have Maharaj
Hare
among
Krishna.
us, to enlighten us. And devotees told that today's Srimad Bhagavatam class is extended up to 9:30 along with question answers,
Sure.
so that we can get the full benefit of your association. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everyone. So happy to be
So,
here.
Maharaj, we will welcome you by 3 times loudly chanting Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Thank you so much for your warm welcome. Today I'll speak in English. It's okay? Kolkata and British, we have an old friendship. So very happy to be here. It's such a holy place, Kolkata. One Srila Prabhupada said, no one can defeat me, I'm a Kolkata boy. So Srila Prabhupada grew up here and we're so happy to be here. It's my first time in any temple in Kolkata. All these years, somehow or other, I didn't have the fortune to come, so happy to be here. Thank you for your warm welcome. Hare Krishna. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachariya. Yamuna Tira Vanachariya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Nitai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So good morning to everyone. Today we're reading from Canto number 11, chapter number 8, entitled The Story of Pingala. And today we're reading from text number 6. Samrida Kamohino va Narayana Paro Muni Not Sarpeta Nashusheta Saribhiriva Sagaraha Samrida Kamohino va Narayana Paro Muni Not Sarpeta Nashusheta Saribhiriva Sagaraha Samrida Kamohino Va Narayana Paro Muni Notsarpeta Nashusheta Saridbhiri Vasagaraha Samriddha Kamahino Va Kamahino Va Kamahino Va Narayana Paro Muni Matajis. Samriddha Kamahino Va Narayana Paro Muni Samriddha Kamahino Va Samriddha, flourishing, Kamaha, material opulence, Yinaha, destitute, Va, or Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Varaha, accepting as supreme, Munihi, a saintly devotee, Na, does not, Utsarpeta, swell up, Na, does not, Shusheta, dry up, Saridbhi, by the rivers, Iva, like, Sagaraha, the ocean. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada's disciples. Hare Krishna. Translation. During the rainy season, the swollen rivers rush into the ocean. And during the dry summer, the rivers, now shallow, severely reduce their supply of water. Yet the ocean does not swell up during the rainy season, nor does it dry up in the hot summer. In the same way, a saintly devotee who has accepted the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the goal of his life sometimes will receive by providence great material opulence, and sometimes he will find himself materially destitute. However, such a devotee of the Lord does not rejoice in a flourishing condition, nor is he morose when poverty-stricken. Purport. A sincere devotee of the Lord is always eager to meet the Lord and render Him transcendental service. He wants to remain fixed as an atom at the lotus feet of the Lord, because Lord Krishna or Narayana is the reservoir of all pleasure. He rejoices when experiencing pure Krishna consciousness and is morose when Krishna is not present in his mind. In his dealings with the material world, a devotee cannot be disturbed by ordinary materialistic people who sometimes insult him and accuse him of neglecting material sense gratification. Just as the ocean cannot be disturbed by innumerable rivers that enter into it. Sometimes lusty women approach a pure devotee, and sometimes speculative philosophers try to argue against the personality of Godhead. But with all such ordinary people, a pure devotee is detached and undisturbed in his blissful Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki. Krishna is instructing Uddhav. Uddhav is an incredible devotee. Krishna is about to depart the world, so he is preparing Uddhav with all the knowledge so that Uddhav won't be affected. Uddhavji is a childhood associate of Krishna, with Krishna his whole life practically. So he loves Krishna very much. In fact, it's mentioned that once Uddhav, he saw a lady and he got attracted. And he thought to himself, how can I get attracted? My attraction is only for Krishna. How is it possible that I could get attracted to a lady? Then he thought, there's only one explanation. This lady must be Krishna. And indeed, it was Krishna dressed as a lady. So Uddhav is an incredible devotee. And here, we are hearing is Krishna instructing Uddhav, Uddhav Gita. And here in this story, or here in this passage, the amazing story of the Avadut Brahman is coming. He is able to see lessons everywhere in life. You see, when one becomes more and more advanced, then they are able to see Krishna, and they are able to see Krishna's lessons or Krishna's words. They are able to see it everywhere. It's mentioned in Shastra that a Kanista, they can only see Krishna in one place. Archayam eva haraye pujam ya shradaye hate natad bhakte shuchanyeshu sa bhakta prakrita smrita. A very neophyte devotee, they can only see Krishna in the deity. But they don't see Krishna in the living entities, in the devotees. Then it's explained, when one becomes a little more advanced, Ishvare tadadhineshu balisheshu dvisatsucha prema maitri kripopeksha yakaroti samadhyama. When you become a madhyam, when you advance a little bit more, then yes, Krishna is in the deity. But one can also see that Krishna is manifesting through all the different living entities. And therefore they make friendship with the devotees. They are kind to the ignorant. But it's explained that when one becomes even more advanced, Sarvabhuteshu ya pashyed Bhagavad bhavamatmanaha. Then in that uttam state, one is able to see Krishna everywhere. Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra, sarvatra mai pashyati. For one who sees me everywhere, I am never lost, nor are they ever lost to me. So when one becomes a uttam, they can see Krishna everywhere. In the same way, we can say the vision of the Guru is also like this. When one is a Kanista, then they can only see the Guru or hear the Guru when they are in front of that one person and hearing them. But later on, when one becomes more advanced, then they can see that my Guru is coming to me in many other Vaishnavas. Through many other Shiksha Gurus, my Guru is also instructing me. But when one becomes even more advanced, then they can see that everything and everyone is my Guru, because I can learn from everything around me. So this Avadut Brahman has come to the topmost stage, and therefore he's able to have many gurus. Why just one guru? 24 gurus. Because the earth is my guru. Because the earth teaches me that no matter how much people may misuse you, still you never give up your service attitude. Yes, the moth is my guru, because from the moth I learn, don't be attracted to the shining sense gratification, because you will go and then you will die, you will get burnt. Yes, he says the python is my guru, because the python just stays in one place and keeps its mouth open, and whatever comes, comes. So don't try too hard running around here and there for material things. Do your duty and then be satisfied with whatever comes by Krishna's mercy. And here he is saying the ocean. The ocean is my guru, because no matter how many rivers come into the ocean never overflows. And even when no rivers are coming into the ocean because of the dry season, then the ocean never dries up. The ocean always remains steady. Krishna says the same thing in the Gita. Apuryamana machala pratistam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve shashantim apnoti nakamakami. You don't become satisfied in this world by trying to fulfill all the lusty desires. Rather, shashantim apnoti, the one who gets peace is the one who learns to tolerate. Sometimes so many things are coming in, but they learn not to react, not to respond to these things. So therefore, Uddhav ji is learning about the Avadut Brahman. In his commentary to Bhagavatam, Sridhar Swami reveals to us who this Avadut Brahman is. Anyone know who it is? Actually, according to Sridhar Swami in his commentary, the Avadut Brahman is an incarnation of the Lord Dattatreya. That's actually who this Avadut Brahman is, who Uddhav ji is hearing about. So this is an incredible vision. Somehow or other, we have to develop this vision of life where we are able to see Krishna's lessons everywhere. They say, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So depending on our consciousness, depending on our vision, in Sanskrit we say depending on our darshan, then we will be able to see different things in the world. Just like once there was a couple, married couple, so they were looking, and on the other side of the road there was another married couple. So the husband came round to the side of the car, he opened the door very nicely, and then the wife walked in, and then when the wife was sitting down, very nicely he closed the door. So this couple was watching. So the wife said to the husband, just see, the marriage is new. And the husband looked back at the wife and said, no, the car is new. So which one is it? Depending on your vision, you see different lessons, isn't it? Two people can see the very same thing, and they can come to completely different conclusions, depending on the development of their consciousness. Therefore, the whole purpose of Shastra is that ultimately we should be able to Shastra Chakshu. We should be able to see everything through the eyes of Shastra. Srila Prabhupada was like this, no? He could walk around and he could see so many things, and everyone else is just seeing something normal, but Srila Prabhupada is seeing a big lesson. One time in London, Srila Prabhupada was walking in a park. So at one point, Prabhupada stopped. And all across the floor, there was bird droppings, stool of the birds. So Prabhupada stopped and he looked down. And he looked at all of the devotees and he said, "What is the meaning of this?" Come on. It's the stool of birds, bird droppings. So Prabhupada said, "What is the meaning of this?" So nobody could answer. And you know what Prabhupada's answer was? He said, "This means even the birds become attached to the tree." That was the lesson that Prabhupada took from this. Because he said the fact that there are so many bird droppings here means that the birds are staying here for a long time. And this teaches us that even a bird will get attached to staying in one tree. That's the power of material attachment. I don't know how many of us would have decoded that lesson. Another time, Prabhupada was with Mukunda Maharaj. So he told Mukunda Maharaj, "Go to the bank and deposit some money." So Mukunda Maharaj deposited the money. He came back. And then Prabhupada said, "Did you deposit the money?" He said, "Yes." Prabhupada said, "Did you get the receipt?" He said, "No." Prabhupada said, "They didn't give you a receipt in the bank?" That time, British India. He said, "No, they didn't give me a receipt." Prabhupada looked at Mukunda Maharaj and he said, "This signifies the end of the British Empire." Really? Prabhupada said, "Yes. The British were able to be so powerful around the world because they were small in number, but they were very good in organization and administration. So the fact that you've gone to the bank teller and he hasn't given you a receipt means that their administration is going down. And administration going down means the empire is going down." So it's amazing. So many lessons are there in life. But the question is, are we able to see these lessons? This requires a development of consciousness. This requires a spiritual vision. Therefore, what Krishna is doing with all of his devotees, Uddhav, Jai Shri Radha Govinda ki, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. So what Krishna is doing with all his devotees is he's systematically teaching them. This is why it's so important to read Shastra every single day. Maline Moshanam Pumsham Jalashnanam Dine Dine Gita Shakrit Bhashishnanam Samsara Malanashanam. Just as one takes a bath every single day with water to cleanse the physical body, similarly one must bathe their minds in the words of Shastra every single day. Because then what will happen is when you go out in the world, you will see lessons in everything. You will see lessons everywhere. You will see Krishna everywhere because the darshan, the vision, has changed. So here, a very, very important principle is being taught to us through the ocean. And the ocean is teaching us, relax. Sometimes you think life is going well. Sometimes you think life is very, very difficult, but don't be affected. These are just the waves of life. It's just coming and going. There's no good in this world ultimately. There's no bad. Everything is an opportunity given by Krishna to bring us closer to Him. Dvaite Bhadra Bhadra Gyan Sabamanodharam E Bhala E Manda E Sababhram. Your Bengali is better than mine. But you understand the point. That if one considers this is good, this is bad, this is favorable, this is unfavorable, this is great fortune, this is misfortune, sababhram, this is all a mistaken conception. It's all sabo manodharma. It's the movements of the mind. It's not that some things are good and some things are bad. Everything is sent by Krishna in order to allow us to connect to Him. Therefore, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? What is your answer? Half full or half empty? Half full? The glass is completely full. Half with water, half with air. Pessimistic person says the glass is half empty. Optimistic person says the glass is half full. But Krishna conscious person says the glass is completely full. Because even the bad things, even the challenges, even the difficulties, everything is sent by Krishna. But what happens is we judge everything in the moment. And therefore we say this is good, this is bad. But we don't know. From one situation, something much greater can come about, isn't it? Just like, have you heard the name Brian Acton? Anyone know who Brian Acton is? Brian Acton used to work for Yahoo, internet, Yahoo. So he decided to quit his job in 2009. After he quit his job at Yahoo, he applied for a job in Twitter. You know the internet, Twitter. So he went for the interview, he got rejected. So what did he do? He came home that day, he logged into his Twitter account and he put a tweet, a message on Twitter. Went for an interview at Twitter, got rejected, no problem, I'm sure something better is about to come. 6 months later, he went for an interview at Facebook. Went to the interview, got rejected. Came back home that day, logged on to his Facebook account. And then he put a message. Went for an interview at Facebook, got rejected. No problem, I'm sure something better is about to come. After Brian Acton got rejected from those two firms, he decided, maybe I'm supposed to do something else. So he decided to invent something himself. And he ended up inventing WhatsApp. Then, 5 years later, in 2014, he went back to Facebook and he sold his invention for $20 billion. E bhala, e sababhram. Who knows what is good, what is bad? The world is constantly moving in a wave. Chitraketu, isn't it? The ideal example. He had everything. Millions of wives, opulence. He was so happy. But then, no son. Completely distressed. But then what happened? Angira and Narad came to him and said, don't worry. Take this. Your queen, Krita Dyuti, she will have a son. Again, on top of the world. And then what happened? They said to him, but the son, his name will be Harsha Shoka. He will give you much happiness, but he will also give you a lot of distress. So again, he was distressed. But then his son was born, and when the son was born, everything was going wonderful. So he was again very, very happy. But then what happened is the co-queens of Krita duty became very envious and they poisoned the son and they killed the son. Again, plunged into distress. And then what happened? Angira and Narad came to him and gave him Divya Gyan again. Again, he became established in spiritual consciousness. Then one day he was walking and he saw Shiva and Parvati, and then he got cursed because he made some offense to become a demon. Again, distressed. But then as Vritrasura, what happened? He got the mercy of the Lord again. Just see. This is life. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Once a king, he told his subjects, I want you to bring me something that will make me happy when I'm sad, and sad when I'm happy. Once I asked this to an audience, and one Prabhu put his hand up and said, marriage. So this one person brought the king a box. You know this story. And in the box was a ring. And he said, wear this. When you're happy, it will make you sad. And when you're sad, it will make you happy. Because on that ring were 4 words. This too shall pass. Matra sparshas tu konteya sitoshna sukhadukada agama paino nityas tam titikshashva bharata. You have to become titiksha. You have to become tolerant. Because the waves of life are like that, constantly bringing different fortunes. So here, Srila Prabhupada is explaining, Srila Prabhupada's disciples are explaining that sometimes you may feel very favorable situations, sometimes unfavorable. Srila Prabhupada, he said, Krishna tested me first by taking everything away from me. And then Krishna tested me by giving me everything. All of you are in Kolkata, you know better than me that Prabhupada's father would tell him, God has 10 hands and you have 2 hands. So when God wants to take away from you with your 2 hands, how much you can protest? And when God wants to give you with his 10 hands, with your 2 hands, how much even you can accept? So Prabhupada was steady in every situation. Prabhupada here in the purport mentions, sometimes people will criticize you and sometimes people will glorify you. But we must be equal. At one time in his life, Prabhupada was being criticized left, right and center. Prabhupada said in Vrindavan, the Goswamis were criticizing me. In Mayapur, my godbrothers were criticizing me. In Mumbai, the municipality was criticizing and opposing me. In the West, the deprogrammers were criticizing, opposing me. And that same Srila Prabhupada was glorified in incredible ways at other times, given immense respect and honor. But in all situations, Srila Prabhupada was the same, unaffected. Parikshit, at one point, he was about to lose his life when the Brahmastra was thrown by Ashwatham. And at that time, Krishna came and saved him. That same Parikshit later in his life got cursed to die. And at that time, Krishna didn't come to save his body. So, maro bhi rakho bhi jo icha tohar. You can kill me, you can maintain me, you can give me everything, you can take everything away, you can give me fame, you can cause me to be the object of criticism. Whatever it may be, Krishna, yatha tatha va vidadatu lambato mad prana nathastu sa eva na paraha. The devotee is of that mindset. So this is very, very advanced. So in Krishna consciousness, it's the simple things that we have to meditate on. Sometimes we can learn so much philosophy, but it's the simple things. And here the simple lessons are coming through the Avadut Brahman. And the simple lesson today is, be like the ocean. Sometimes the rivers may come flooding in, and sometimes everything may dry up. But just like the ocean, always remain steady, knowing that these are just the waves of the material world. And on the spiritual platform, on the Krishna conscious platform, life is always blissful. Vishvam Purna Sukhayate. Prabodhananda Saraswati says, everywhere I look is only happiness. How is it possible? I thought Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Mam upetya punarjanma dukhalayam ashashvatam. Krishna says the world is full of dukkha. And Prabodhananda Saraswati, what is he saying? Vishvam Purna Sukhayate Vijimahendradishcha Kitayate. Everywhere I see only happiness. Who's right? If you're looking at the material world from a material consciousness, then you will only perceive distress. But if you look at the material world with spiritual eyes, then you will only see happiness everywhere. Even when there are challenges, you will see that as a different darshan of Krishna that has come to bring you closer to Him. So, like this, the Bhagavatam is our friend. Madeka bandhu mad sangin mad guru man mahadhana man nishtaraka mad bhagya mad ananda namostute. Sanatana Goswami says, I only have one friend in life, Madeka bandhu mad sangin. And this friend that I have in life, my only friend, this is the friend that remains with me at all times. What is that friend? The Bhagavatam. Because the Bhagavatam gives us spiritual vision. And therefore, Manishtaraka, he says, the Bhagavatam is always lifting me up. So let us today meditate on being like the ocean. As we go out into the world every single day, there will be ups and downs, success and failure, fame and infamy, fortune and so-called misfortune. But ultimately for a devotee, it's all the same. Because it's all Krishna's mercy to bring me back to His lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so I think we have like just over 10 minutes. If anyone has any question or comments, yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much for this morning's wisdom that breathes. And you have been to Kolkata, you are saying first time, and you have visited Ultadanga Junction Road, maybe Prabhupada birthplace. Can you please share what are your some of the contemplations and meditations and the reflections that you are having here? And one more thing, like what do you actually mean by wisdom that breathes?
Okay. Can I answer this question at the end?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'll share my
Maharaj.
reflection
Yes,
at the
Maharaj.
end. Thank you. I'll come back to that. Just if anyone has any question on what we've been discussing, yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Maharaj, should financial problem affect our devotional life? And if does, how should we tackle it?
Should financial problems affect our devotional life? See, a devotee has to be practical. We need to have some steadiness. We need to have some security in our life. Otherwise, it's very difficult. The mind goes everywhere. So therefore, to have a steady financial situation is favorable. We should endeavor for that. However, if after all of your efforts, still somehow or other things become destabilized, then the devotee should be peaceful, knowing that Krishna wants me to go through this, knowing that this struggle with finance must be part of my journey to come to Krishna. So therefore, in our life, we are trying to create stability. We're not inviting problems unnecessarily. So try to create stable finance. Try to create stable health. Try to create stable family life. And after you've tried everything, if it still becomes unstable, then accept it, that this is part of my journey. And so we try for stability, but then we ultimately realize that there's no stability in the world. The only stability is to be stable in Krishna consciousness. Material situations are temporary stability, but the permanent stability is to become stable in Krishna consciousness. So yes, by all means, try to have a stable situation. But Krishna may well destabilize it. Then don't be disappointed. Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan and he wrote a poem, Vrindavan Bhajan. He said, I'm sitting alone in Vrindavan Dham. Today Krishna has shown me the naked form of the material energy. Yasyaham anugranami harishe tadhanam shane. I'm sitting alone in Vrindavan. Krishna has taken away everything from me. Prabhupada said, all that is left of my family life is a long list of names. Prabhupada says, this is misery, but it gives me a laugh. I sit alone in Vrindavan Dham and I laugh. Who do I love in this Maya Samsar anyway? So, Krishna may. Anyway, Prabhu, it's like this. Someone trying to earn money is an anxiety. Someone who has money is an anxiety. Someone who has to spend money is in anxiety. And someone who loses all of their money is an anxiety only. Whatever may happen, if we're not in Krishna consciousness, we'll be in anxiety. Therefore, try your best and then leave it to Krishna. Is that okay? All right. Yes.
Maharaj, you said that we should listen from everyone. So everyone is our guru like that. But when we are starting out, sometimes it can be confusing because many people, say different things in the same way, same thing in explained different ways. So don't you think that we should restrict listening to, few people whom we might be understanding and not listening to some people which we are not able to take in?
The point here is that you can learn something from everyone. But you should take guidance, specific guidance, from one or two or three people. But you can learn something from everyone. Even a broken clock tells the right time twice a day. So you can learn something from everyone, isn't it? Even a non-devotee, you can learn something from. But then you shouldn't go to a non-devotee and ask, Prabhu, what do you think? Shall I go into Grihastha ashram? So we can learn something from everyone, but then you need to take guidance from Sajatiya Snigdha Mahatara, Rupa Goswami says. Learn from everyone, but take guidance from someone who is Sajatiya, like-minded, Snigdha, affectionate, and Mahatara or Ashraya, spiritually advanced. Find a Shiksha Guru who has these qualities and take advice from, guidance from them. It's okay? All right.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for this opportunity to ask a question. Maharaj, my question was, you mentioned that we should focus on the simple things in Krishna consciousness at times. So what, could you elaborate on what do you mean by the simple things in...
See, spiritual learning is like a spiral. We read the same books. We read the same stories. We celebrate the same festivals. But what's happening is we're going closer and closer, and understanding is actually very, very simple. Srila Prabhupada once said, Krishna consciousness is so simple, you may just miss it. So what happens is that the truth of Krishna consciousness is so simple, it means we have to become a servant. If you learn everything but you miss this point, then Shramma eva hi kevalam, it's all a useless waste of time. Therefore, the simple fact of the matter is that if we're able to live our life with the vision of a servant, then we have understood Krishna consciousness. Simple. One time, Dhananjaya Prabhu, he wanted Srila Prabhupada to come to Amsterdam because there was a huge music show there. So they said Prabhupada could speak. And then later on he sent a message to Prabhupada saying, Prabhupada, don't come because you'll come all the way here and they will only give you 30 seconds to speak on the television show. Prabhupada sent a message back and he said, I can tell the whole philosophy of Krishna consciousness in 30 seconds. I don't need more time. Krishna is God, we are His servant. And therefore in every thought, word and deed, ihayasya harer dasye karmana manasa gira nikhala shapyavastasu jivan mukta sa uchyate. Just be a servant in thought, word and action. So this is what we're trying to focus on. His Holiness Hridayananda Maharaj, he was doing a PhD at Harvard. He came to the Hare Krishna temple. He said, what I loved about the Hare Krishna temple was that all day I was at Harvard University learning so much philosophy. But when I came to the Hare Krishna temple, I heard one lecture. And in that lecture, they told me I'm a servant of Krishna. And at the end of the lecture, they gave me a broom and they said, now sweep the temple room. And he said, I was so ecstatic because my whole life I'd been learning so much philosophy, but it didn't amount to anything. Krishna consciousness is so simple. We just have to become a servant. And therefore, all of this philosophy is to help bring us into this simple state of mind. Okay.
Full class. Maharaj, last lecture which you gave in Mayapur, Maharaj, you said that we should not study during Sandhya. You mentioned some points we should not do during Sandhya. So Maharaj, you said that we should not study during Sandhya. So Maharaj, but we have our spiritual classes during Sandhya, and children who are in spiritual line and they are doing the education, they also need to study during Sandhya. So Maharaj, can you please enlighten me? And Maharaj, one
But
more
I
question.
mentioned, no? In that class I also mentioned for devotees and for devotional service, these regulations don't count. See, according to Ayurveda, this is an Ayurvedic principle. 4 things you don't do in the Sandhyam. No physical union, no eating, no sleeping, and generally no studying. But this is on the material platform. On the spiritual platform, as soon as Krishna comes into the equation, everything becomes purified. Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastham gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhaya bhyantara suchi. Everything is purified. Therefore, for a devotee, they can go anywhere. They can do anything at any time. Because spiritual activity transcends, sagunan, samatityetan, goes beyond all of these considerations. So therefore a devotee can do any spiritual activity in this time, no problem. And when we're living in the world, what can we do? There may be certain limitations, so like that. Is that okay?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. One more question, Maharaj. Maharaj, when we are in maximum time we spend with the devotees, so Maharaj, what can we do? What can we change in our habit that we stop looking flaws in the devotees, Maharaj?
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, when you see faults in others, then be patient, introspect, and look for faults within yourself. When it comes to other people's mistakes and faults, then we are like judges. And when it comes to our own faults and mistakes, then we're like lawyers. Then we have so many defense arguments. So, unless the devotees were tolerant with me, unless the devotees were patient with me, would I be where I am today? Probably not. Therefore, we want mercy for ourselves, but we want justice for others. So therefore, the Vaishnavas are special, even if they have some faults. Because Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kashkit Yatati Siddhaye. How many out of thousands? One may try. So every devotee is unique, every devotee is rare, and every devotee, yes, may still be in the process of purification. And therefore we must be patient, we must be kind. And we must see that we are not simply the observer of their fault, but we can also be an active participant to help them overcome their faults. If you're not willing to help someone improve, then don't point out any fault in them. If you're willing to help them improve, and if you're desirous and enthusiastic, then by all means, do it with culture and etiquette and kindness. But if you have no intention to help someone to improve, then most likely better not to say anything at all. Because we may just end up becoming fault finders. So,
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
thank you so much. So I think time is going. It's a real honor to be in Kolkata. This is a very, very sacred and holy place. Where the Supreme Lord appears is a very, very powerfully, spiritually powerful place, but where the pure devotee appears, that can be said in one sense to be even more powerful. And so all of you are very, very fortunate to be here in Kolkata. The service that you're doing here, the projects that you have here to bring again to the attention of the world the glory of Srila Prabhupada and his life, this service is having a worldwide impact. Because all the devotees in coming years will come here to Kolkata and they will become so inspired, so enlivened, so touched to see the history of our movement. And then what will happen is they'll take all of that inspiration and they'll go all around the world and spread Krishna consciousness everywhere. So thank you so much for your services, for your dedication, for maintaining Srila Prabhupada's projects, and not just maintaining them, but developing them in beautiful ways. May our movement here in Kolkata grow more and more and more. And here, where Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave Srila Prabhupada the instruction, here in Kolkata, to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, may that sound vibration of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's desire resonate from Kolkata more and more and resound all over the world, so that the dreams of Acharyas and the dreams of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to spread the holy name everywhere, may that become the reality. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and share some words with you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Kesav Swami Maharaj ki. So, how many of you want Maharaj to come back to Calcutta again? So, let us publicly, officially invite him for Rath Yatra. And if you are really, really happy, so loudly Hari Bol. I think you have heard enough. So, Maharaj, thank you very much for your kind visit. We are very happy and blessed. And it's a great fortune for all of us that Prabhupada wanted, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada wanted that our dear Srila Prabhupada, Abhayacharana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, to go to the West and preach. And Maharaj is one of the product which came back as a written gift. So, it's a great, experience for me also, because some rather by Krishna's grace and Hari Guru Vaishnava's blessing, I got his association very much, long time back also. And I'm feeling so proud that Maharaj is a sannyasi. I think, if I'm not wrong, he's the youngest sannyasi in ISKCON now. And I think he's the tallest sannyasi as well. And when he was coming out from the car, I was feeling that Mahaprabhu was also 6 feet, And if, he raises his hand and he chants, maybe we can have some thoughts and ideas how Mahaprabhu used to look 6 feet height and tall. A little Haribol, Haribol. So Maharaj, our deepest prayers for your good health, and may you preach throughout the world, keeping Calcutta in your heart. And please come back soon. We all love you very much for your wonderful presence in the media, in the what do you call that, in Instagram, in WhatsApp. So many beautiful clippings. Everyone, gets so much encouraged by these videos. We pray to Shri Radha Govinda Sriman Mahaprabhu Jagannath Baladev Subhadra and Sudarshan. Please, that they may bless you with wonderful health and spirit of Krishna consciousness. And please come back soon to Calcutta. We would really, really, really wait for your next arrival. So 3 times Haribol. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you very much. So, devotees can meet him. He is here only. And one small, two announcements. One is, আমাদের বাংলায় বলি, আমাদের ভাগবতমের ক্লাসের সময় চেঞ্জ হয়েছে সকাল 8টা থেকে 9টা. The timings of Bhagavatam has been changed from 8 to 9. And how you are feeling today? So please continue coming. That will be wonderful. And then whoever will come will get Krishna Prasad as well. You know, they will be getting Krishna Prasad as well. So thank you very much for all of your kind presence today. If you want, in front of Thakurji, you can little bit clap. Thank you very much. His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Kesav Swami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Gaura Premanande. একটু বেঙ্গলি স্টাইলে উলুধ্বনি হলে ভালো লাগবে। হরি বল, হরি বল, হরি বল।